Why, hello there. Uh, it's been a little bit since we've done this. A little co-work stream. Um, I was having trouble getting this going on my screen here. I don't know if I can show it here. This is gonna be a little trippy for a moment. But on my screen here, I'm sending to multiple YouTubes and multiple Twitch. So I've done something wrong. I changed something and I screwed it all up. Um, Yay. Um, yeah, we're gonna do a co-work stream. If you don't know how a co-work stream works, it is rather simple. We follow the Pomodoro technique. Oh boy, is it still in here? All right, let's clear this. So we're going to set some tasks for ourselves, and then we're going to work on them together. We're going to work for 15 minutes, then we're going to take a 5-minute break, work for another 15, 5-minute break, another 15, and then do we get our long break, or is it after 4 that we get our long break? I can't remember now, but that's our idea. Uh, what tasks do we have? Okay, define words. That should only take one. Um, where's my document? Here it is. Um, identify causes. Identify effects. Oh, wait. Identify causes is probably gonna take 2. Identify effects is probably gonna take 2. And then, and we're just writing point form for now. That's all we're doing. Um, we'll write it up together afterwards. Um, yeah, I don't know if we'll do all these today, but that's okay. We'll go for as long as we can, and that will be that. Yeah. Grab yourself some water and join along. Let me just get some music. We keep getting hit with the copyright strikes when I do music, even though I do the supposed non-copyright. Um, albums for you, K-pop Demon Hunters. uh, um, no, oh no, go back to regular YouTube, please. Oh no. Um, what am I looking for? Oh, royalty free. Okay. Sorry. Um, I don't really like any of the ones coming up about this. Drum and bass, lo-fi, gym, no. Mid tempo. Instrumental. Okay. We'll see how that is. How's that level-wise? That should be fine. If it's too loud, let me know. Alright, let's get going. Alright, we gotta start with defining words. Let's do this. Where do I want this? Check in on, oh. Sorry, I got all my stupid tabs open. I probably should have figured this out before I started. Wait, where'd my other tab just go? Oh, it is this tab. Oh, never mind. Let's just put this here. You guys can see what I'm reading. So first of all, Prayer Eternus. Okay. This music's already starting to piss me off. What is this? I'm sorry. What? I'm just gonna turn it down a little. Okay. Prayer Eternus. Does this have Prayer Eternus on it? Nope. This introduction. Wonder if any of my textbooks has it. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. This is good. Can I highlight in this document? Can I not highlight in this document? This is very frustrating if I can't highlight. Is it just like you can't highlight in Google here? Where am I? I swear I need a different tab thing. Okay. So this kind of goes under the causes area. Let's just put that here for now, and I'll come back to this. Who is this? This was George Jensen. Year was this? 2009? sorry. Back to the actual terms. I mean, we kind of already have that one. Let's think about the collective unconscious. Jung is often discussed and rarely read. Even when read, he is typically encountered piecemeal. Many know enough about the concepts such as collective unconsciousness and archetypes only to dismiss them. However, if understood within the context of Jung's theory of self, the notion of collective unconsciousness is not so difficult to accept. It is interesting that even though those who accept a rather mechanistic, I had too many ends in that, mechanistic version of the unconscious often question the idea of a collective unconscious. I understand why many find. Ideas in potential. Are fully realized once they have emerged and taken on the content of particular culture and historical epoch. Influenced by culture. Young archetypes and collective unconscious. Oh, he has a whole book. Let's just read the whole book while we're at it. Is his whole book published? Like, can I access it for free? Is it gonna give it to me? I mean, that would be the best source, just like straight from him. That may be Sci-Hub's running again. Sci-Hub wasn't working the other day when I went to use it. I don't know why. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. No. So does that mean I don't have it available? Okay. That's okay. Let's... Okay, let me just take this link. Is Sci-Hub working? You visit often? Shh. Okay. I mean, it's not DOI, but will it work? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know if Sci-Hub's having an issue, or if it's just JSTOR, or if it's my internet. Went for a run this morning, and my back is sore. I was like trying to like actually like stand up straight when I run. I'm trying to be a little bit more self-aware of my my posture recently, and boy is my back sore, which is good. But I need to stretch and roll out more. Okay, maybe it doesn't like this. Okay, I don't think that's what I need. I don't know if it's working. Okay, well, we might just not get the primary source for this one. That's okay. Well, I don't need the primary source. Okay, I don't want to hold book. I mean, I could get the book and read it, but this is the whole book. Oh, this is the... Of course the first link was literally the whole frickin' book. Alright. What do we got? So we want the... Well, we first want to understand archetypes. It's the concept of archetype. The mother complex of this. The mother... Concerning rebirth. Oh, the child archetype. That's the puer or the puella. So we'll go to there too. Archetypes. We'll start here. The hypothesis of a collective consciousness unconscious belongs to the class of ideas that people at first find strange but soon come to possess and use as familiar conceptions. Would have been the case with the concept of the unconscious in general. After the philosophical idea of the unconscious in the form presented chiefly by Carus and von Hartmann. Hold on, I'm gonna go grab one of my textbooks. I've gotten 2 textbooks. We'll see if they cover any of Jung. I'm pretty sure we discussed Jung in here. Okay, where's the glossary? Does it have archetypes? Archetypes. In Jung's version of the psychoanalysis, the fundamental images of people that are contained in their collective unconscious. Okay, what chapter is that? My notes are itchy. Sorry. So obviously I want that term. Does this textbook talk about Jung at all? Archetypes. Excuse me. No. Let Jung's name in here. L, A, B, C, F, G, H, I, J. Carl Jung, page 21. We're gonna go over on this time. I'm too focused. If you guys want to take a break, go ahead. We kind of had a little bit of delay. Carl Jung, page 21. It's just talking about the psychoanalytic model. Yeah. Okay. We don't care about that. We do care about this. Oh, Zimbardo's quoted in here. Is collective unconscious in here? I feel like it should be. In Jung's version of psychoanalysis, the proposition that all people share certain unconscious ideas because of the history of the human species. All right. The idea that all people or the preposition I can't fucking type today. My setup's annoying me right now. That all people share certain... Why am I just not using text-to-speech? What is it? It's like called voice. Yeah. What the fuck is this? See, I can't type today. Certain unconscious ideas because of the history of the human species. Okay. This is supposed to say people. I don't know how we got there. Unconscious ideas. And then archetype was the fundamental images of people that are contained in the collective unconscious. No. The fundamental images of people that are contained in the collective unconscious. Okay, can I find what page that's on? That's the name index. I want the subject index. A, B, C, D. Oh, is it? Is Carl Jung in here? Oh, it'll probably be my last name. Archetypes, 401. The collective unconscious persona and personality, according to Jung. The next major rebel from psychoanalysis was Carl Jung, from 1875 to 1961. His feud with Freud was more dramatic and bitter than Adler's because Freud had such high hopes for Jung, one of his early disciples. For many years, Jung and Freud were close friends as well as colleagues. They exchanged numerous letters and even traveled to America together. Okay, I don't care about that. Jung's best-known idea is the collective unconscious. Jung believed that as a result of the history of the human species, all people share inborn racial, by which he meant human, memories, and ideas, most of which reside in the unconscious. Some of these basic images, called archetypes, which Jung believed go to the core of how people think about the world, both consciously and unconsciously. Okay. Sorry. That's probably really loud. I apologize. Yeah, I'll blow my nose real quick. Examples of archetypes include Earth Mother, the hero, the devil, and the supreme being. Does this talk about Puer? I wonder. The Puer Eternus, A, B, C, D, F, G, L, O, P, penis envy. Yep, there's Freud. I swear, you could turn to like any page of any psychology book and there will be a reference to Freud. Personality, Puer, P. Peterson, P. Hacking, nope. Snow Puer. That's okay. Okay. Is there anything else I want from this page? Or less superficial layer of the unconscious is undoubtedly personal. I call it the personal unconscious. Representation. Predictive. So it's essentially like categories. It's mentally fabricated categories. That are shared across the collective unconsciousness. Okay. Let's go to our... I don't know if we need to cover the mother. If we need, then we'll go back. Author of the companion essay on the mythology of the child or the child god asked me for a psychological commentary on the subject of his investigations. I am glad to accede to his request. I've never heard that word before. Although the undertaking seems to be no small venture in view of the great significance of the child motif in mythology. I can't pronounce that name. Himself has enlarged upon the occurrence of this motif in Greece and Rome, with parallels drawn from Indian, Finnish, and other sources, thus indicating that the presentation of the theme would allow yet further extensions. Through a comprehensive description... Sorry, my nose is really itchy today. Accordingly, the man identifies with the sun lover on whom the grace of Sophia has descended, with a puer aeternus or filius sapiente. But the companion of the like a nose hair that's... The archetype of the child god is extremely widespread and intimately bound up with all the other mythological aspects of the child motif. It is hardly necessary to allude to the still living Christ child, who is the legend of Saint Christopher. Also has the typical feature of being smaller than small and bigger than big. In folklore, the child motif appears in the guise of the dwarf or the elf as a personification of the hidden forces of nature. To this sphere also belongs the little man of late antiquity, the whatever, who till far into the Middle Ages, on the one hand, inhabited the mine shafts. Okay, I don't care about the folklore. Link of the past. Why is my nose so itchy? I'm getting very annoyed. But the clearest, the most significant manifestation of the child motif in therapy neurosis is in the maturation process of personality induced by the analysis of the unconscious, which I have termed the process of individuation. Sorry, I'm scratching my nose so much. I don't know why it's so itchy. Process by the analysis of the unconscious. So he talks about pre-conscious here. There's not really, well, there's an argument to be made that there's no actual pre-conscious, it's just unconscious and conscious thought. But we'll leave that. The pre-conscious is kind of like the subconscious. Here we are confronted with the preconscious process, which, in the form of more or less well-formed fantasies, gradually pass over into the conscious mind or become conscious of dreams. Or lastly, they are made conscious through the method of active imagination. Seen as a special instance of the treasure hard to attain motif. Let's go put down there. Alright, we'll take a break there. Not sure I really need my textbook. It did help actually. I'll take a break. I'm gonna change this music. This feels Christmassy to me and I'm not a big fan. Also, I want to turn it down a bit. Just a bit. I'll turn it up for you guys so you can still hear it. Around the same. Alright, that's better for me. Okay. What are we doing? We are doing New York Time games. We'll start with Wordle. Hey, Cernfrost. Don't know what WSP means. Sorry. We're just taking a break from our work stream. We're on our break time, so we're playing some New York Time games. Crane. I always start with Crane. Airy. No, there's no R. What am I doing? Neat. I don't know. No. Oh, I put A in the same place. I'm dumb. Okay. Wayne's? Okay. It's possible that A is in the last spot. It was in the last spot. Mia followed. Sorry, Cernfrost, I'm not totally understanding. Are you saying you followed me, or are you asking if I follow someone? Sorry, I don't fully understand. feel like A's gotta be the first letter. We're just taking a break from. I'm working on a video right now, so we're doing the write up for it. It's about Puer Eternus, which means like the forever or eternal child. I do play games, yes. This is a co-work stream, but we'll be having like a gaming stream later today as well. Yeah. Why can't I think of what this? What would this word be? Oh wait, we already guessed S. We've guessed S in that same spot twice. I'm dumb.
Maybe we should all just get along with each other and put away our problems, or whatever it is. We just need to forget about everything.
I don't know. I can't figure this one out.
It's really that simple.
I play some different games. Recently, we've been playing through Batman Arkham Knight. We're a little over halfway done, I think. So I'm not sure what game is next. I do have a couple games in my library that I'm trying to decide what I want to do next. Also always open to suggestions. Do you have a favorite game? I don't know. My brain's not working for this right now. That's okay. There we go. All right. We're starting our next work session. Continuing on with the child archetype. As to the psychology of our theme, I must point out every statement going beyond the purely banal aspects of an archetype lays itself upon the criticism we have expressed above. Not for a moment dare we succumb to the illusion that an archetype can be finally explained and disposed of. Even the best attempts at explanation are only more or less successful translations into another metamorphical language. I have not actually played Marvels yet. I don't think it would be that fun to like watch someone stream it, to be honest with you. Like, I think that game is more like a clips kind of game. But I would definitely be down to try it out. Psychic organ present in all of us. Okay. The child motif represents not only something that existed in the distant past, but also something that exists now. That is to say, it is not just a vestige, but a system functioning in the present whose purpose is to compensate or correct in a meaningful manner the inevitable one-sidedness and extravagances of the conscious mind. It's the nature of the conscious mind to concentrate on relatively few contents and to raise them to the highest pitch of clarity. Cernfrost, I'm gonna say no, just because I've been having some people make similar pitches, where they just want me to buy their art, and I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in buying any art right now. I'm gonna say no, Cernfrost. I'm sorry. I put the wrong bracket here, but I did. That's okay. This agrees exactly with our experience of the psychology of the individual, which shows that the child paves the way for a future change of personality. And the individuation process anticipates the figure that comes from the synthesis of conscious and unconscious elements in the personality. It is therefore a symbol which unites the opposites, a mediator, bringer of healing. Well, let me, there. That is one who makes whole. Because it has meaning, the child motif is capable of the numerous transformations mentioned above. It can be expressed by roundness, the circle or sphere, or else by the quaternity as another form of wholeness. The goal of the individuation process is synthesis of the self. From another point of view, the term entelechy might be preferable to synthesis. There's an empirical reason why entelechy is, in certain conditions, morphine. The symbols of... I don't know. In the manifold phenomenology of the child, we have a distinguish between the unity and plurality of the respective manifestations, where, for instance, numerous homunculi, dwarfs, boys, etc., appear having no individual characteristics at all. There is the probability of dissociation. Such forms are therefore found especially in schizophrenia, which is essentially a fragmentation of personality. The many children then represent the products of its dissolution. Where the plurality occurs in normal people, then it is the representation. Then it is the representation of an as yet incomplete synthesis of the personality. The personality, the self, is still in the plural stage, i.e., ego may be present, but it cannot experience its wholeness within the framework of its own personality. Okay, I feel like I'm getting too deep into this now. Sometimes the child looks more like a child god, sometimes more like a young hero. The hero's main feat is to overcome a monster of darkness. It is the long hoped for and expected triumph. The phenomenology of the child's birth always points back to an original psychological state of non-recognition, i.e. of darkness or twilight, of non-differentiation between subject and object, of unconscious identity of the man and universe. This phase of non-differentiation produces the golden egg, which is both man and universe and yet neither, but an irrational third. To a differentiated consciousness, on the other hand, it seems evident that this egg is nothing but a symbol thrown up by the psyche, or, what is even worse, a fanciful speculation and therefore nothing but a primitive phantasm to which no reality of any kind attaches. Present-day medical psychology, however, thinks somewhat differently about these phantasms. It knows only too well what dire disturbances of the bodily functions, and what devastating psychic consequences can follow from the mere fantasies. The hermaphrodism of the child. There's a remarkable fact that perhaps the majority of cosmogonic gods are of a bisexual nature. Conscious mind split off from its origins, incapable of realizing the meaning of the new state, then relapses all too easily into a situation far worse than the one from which the innovation was intended to free it. Okay. Okay. Okay, we talked about the hero complex. Does Young talk about that here? When he talks about the hero. Oops. Important to be aware that when it can become harmful, however, some behavior patterns associated with always wanting to be a savior can become toxic. white knight, red flags. I'm not sure how we want to tie that in. We should talk about failure to launch though. Do you have citations? There we go. Shaping intervention for highly dependent adult children. Okay. We'll start our break. We'll define failure to launch, and then we'll get work on identify causes. I actually might do effects. That's what I was doing. We're taking a break from this one. I don't know why. Let's do connections. God, my head's hurting. Toad, rye, tattoo, bar, mole, foot, heel, badger, bat, hairy, step, scar, creep, piercing, bug, skunk. Okay. Foot, heel, step. Step up, creep up, ride up, foot up. I don't know. Words that you could replace the first letter with an R? I don't know. I feel like there's something skateboard related here. A heel flip. Stomp, badger, toad, rat. I'm guessing these are not one. No. Creep up, step up, foot up, ride up. No. Maybe it is. Oh, okay. I've got nothing. I got no idea. Damn, why are the games so hard today? gonna be one off. Creep, heel, rat, skunk. Okay, okay, no, I wasn't getting that. We'll do the crossword. Do I have a... Okay, we're just gonna do the... Oh, I don't want, I want the mini. Where's the mini? There's the mini. Subscribe to play the mini. What? No. Did they really make the mini cost money? No way. I'm checking on my phone right now. They did make the mini cost money. That was my favorite one. Wait, no, there's another one. There's another one I can play. What? I'm so confused. I'm gonna run to the washroom real quick, but we'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. How's everyone doing? I need to block someone really quick. Can I not like report people? Report. Spam. Bot for streamboo.com. I shouldn't have said that loud. I would also like to block this user. Thank you. Man, I'm tired. I'm fucking exhausted already. Did I talk about the No, I didn't talk about the failure to launch complex. Let's get another. Oh, we'll do one more. Why is it not showing up there? This is the one I was just looking at? No. I want to talk about boredom. Man, I'm just tired. I think I might have to take a break. I really does not feel like we did much, but I'm mentally exhausted. Suddenly. Yeah. Sorry guys. But call it there for now.